Hey, I had another new student start last night. His name is Roman and he's age 9. And he was asking me, he had a lot of good questions. He wanted to know if I knew the surf zombies. And I said, yeah, I do. And he said, did you play with them? I go, yeah, I did. And he wanted to know how old I was when I started playing with surf zombies. I said, well, I think it was 2006 and entered in, did some mathematics and subtracted my age. We determined I was 45 when I played with surf zombies, and he was pretty surprised that I'm still I'm still doing it. Okay, so we had a good conversation. And he had a lot of good questions. So first thing, of course, we tuned carefully, and you can check. Maybe just by ear, but most of us are going to use a electronic tuner, as I always say, a clamp on, one on your phone, or I've got a pedal here, or I have external tuners. They're just pick one, they all work about the same, but you're going to want to keep it tuned. So Roman told me it was his birthday 2 days ago, and so the first thing then I played this for him. And he thought that was pretty cool. So I said, well, now you're gonna play it. His first thing he's ever really played on guitar. So it was a little overwhelming, but I had to show him how to press down, like open, open, easy. That's 0. Then a 2, second fret. I think he was pressing kind of with this flat part of his finger, but we worked on getting on that fingertip and getting it right up to the fret. It took him a little bit to get that feeling. I think he was a little shocked by how it felt on his finger. I think it was some pressure on his fingertip he wasn't used to, but he did get he found the 5 and the 4. So I just circled that. Let's just do that. And he did that slowly but accurately. Next, we tried the next part. I was telling him these dots or position markers, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. That's because he was going 1, 2, counting very carefully, which is good. But, I was trying to save him some time, and 3, 5, 7. And he got that. So the next phrase, the 7, 5, and he got that. Then it's kind of exciting to go the 12, 9, which has a double dot at 12. And then he had to subtract 12, 11, 10, 9. He found the 9 with the dot. Way down to the 5, 4, 2. 10 has no dot. I think it was a little bit of overwhelming, but then I said, let's simplify. Let's do something easier. So we learned. And he said he liked that song, We Will Rock You. He wanted to use middle finger, which is probably okay, but we're going to want to try to get him to use the ring and middle, ring, and those notes are G, F sharp, E, D, E, E. And he was getting the hang of that, and we still have plenty of time during our first lesson. So I think I taught him about how I was taking guitar lessons. I would tell the story all the time, how I was just trying some notes out, and nothing sounded good until I found the E and the G. I tell the story every day. I just said, that sounds really cool, doesn't it? And I think he heard it the way I hear it. And then we did, or get that D in there. E, G, E, D, E. Something like that. Maybe got the A. I don't remember what we did, but we just kind of wrote some of that out. And then I believe, if I remember correctly, I might have forgotten, but we did what I call the scale of rock, where we go. And he really did react. His face really lit up. I mean, and then I think I brought in my drum machine and did some sort of like and he played sort of like, I think he did a little something. I can't remember exactly how he played it, but he understood it. He could read it and find those frets. Pretty good for a first lesson. And then we agreed that this high E was kind of cool. And we played again with that drum machine. I don't like that beat. I like that one. So we were kind of just going. Kind of random. We were both doing that. I was probably going. And then you could. You can kind of scramble those. I realize it's very simple, but hey, that's pretty good first lesson. And I told him, I think I told another student, my philosophy is let's not trap the students in the first 3 or 4 frets. Let's just learn the whole neck right off the bat, and then you're not intimidated by higher, you're not surprised that there's notes up here later. Let's just accept that you can go, up to that high E and even higher. That's kind of been my focus with students, is that low riff and the scale up and down the neck. We've just been having fun. So that's pretty good. I mean, I was pretty impressed. We really had a fun meeting, and I think the student after him had canceled. So we had extra time, and I don't know if we had about a 40-minute lesson, but he was 100% engaged the whole time. He didn't, you can tell when people reach the end of their attention span or they get saturated. He seemed to be just open for more. So, but I don't think we overdid it, but it was very cool. So if you're a guitar teacher and you meet a student like Roman, consider yourself lucky, because that's pretty amazing. And, I feel like if I sit down with somebody and we practice like that, we have kind of a connection. We're gonna have a friendship. It seems pretty cool, a good relationship. And I kind of explained how I listen to my teacher and I follow instructions and I try to, like I say, pay attention, do as I'm asked, don't interrupt too much, and that's how I am as a student. And I think he understood what I was saying, and he did really good with those things. So that's why I say we seem to be on the same page, pretty excited about guitar and music. All right. Yeah, I do talk a lot, though, but anyhow, I just wanted to maybe make a a tribute to Roman and his first lesson, and I dig it, man. So every student's unique. Every student's got their own approach, but I'm gonna kind of bring them to my approach, and there's a lot of variations within that. So, all right, I'll say goodbye, but thanks again, and keep practicing, friends.